Hello, entrepreneur. I love questions. And somebody asked me a question in one of my consultations about what do I mean about doing business better. And it's a simple answer. Doing business better means doing business in real time. Often, especially whenever we just have a lot of clients for those of us who do bookkeeping and tax prep. There are a lot of clients that I just finished that just hit the October 15th deadline. They required extensions and they're just now finishing their taxes. So if you're just now finishing your taxes in October, it's not a hard sell. It's not hard to realize that that person has wasted a whole year of 2023. Well, I don't want to say wasted, but basically for a year of 2023, they have done nothing because they've been so busy still trying to chase 2022 for tax purposes. Now think about it. If you're in October and you just now finished up 2022 taxes, how well could you really say you're doing your business? The only reason it would take you that long, the only reason you'll need an extension is because you don't have your stuff together. Now, I'm not saying that to bash you, and I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that to be real, because that means you are not looking at your books every month. That means you have no idea what you're making. You have no idea what's profit. You really don't know what your expenses are. Now, you're running it day to day and you have an idea. And anytime I say that to an entrepreneur, they are immediately offended. Again, that's never my intentions. My intentions is to let you know that just like when you worked in the corporate world, no matter where you worked, if you worked out in sales, if you worked out delivery, if you worked in a service, if you worked in a warehouse, every department has a deadline. They have time that you got to turn in things. So you had to turn in receipts. If you are a driver, you had a time that you had to turn in everything. And all of that stuff had to go to accounting. When it goes to accounting and they said, oh, you got to get things to accounting, and some of you would call the departments and ask for extensions and they say no, you get frustrated. But the way that corporate job worked was because they had to close the books every month. Because every month the managers are looking at what's going on. They're looking at the numbers. That's how they decide whether or not they were going to give you a raise, or that's how they decided to come up with the script to tell you we can't afford raises. That's how they would decide whether to raise prices, to change how they were doing business, by those numbers. Now, those corporations that you have been so blessed to walk out of operated long enough to be able to hire you. They hired you, you bought houses, you had benefits, you got paid decently enough, you were able to save, you were able to do some things, and now you're an entrepreneur. Those same measures, those same standards, those same methods of operation is what's going to make your business successful. So once again, if you're having to get an extension, you know it's because you haven't been doing your stuff all year. And now you're like, oh, it's tax season. So it's October. We're literally in the fourth quarter. We're leading up to holidays. So not only are you in the fourth quarter, not only are you operating at the end of the year, and this is the time when your family wants you, the time where your family is pulling on you, it's holiday season. Hey, you never hang out. And now at the time where you should be already kind of thinking about and have your strategy for next year, now you're just doing family stuff. 2024 will come in and you will do the same thing. You'll say, guess what? I'm going to do my bookkeeping. Because most people limit and downplay bookkeeping as something that you just do to keep up with receipts. It's so much more than that. It's about knowing how much you make, understanding that everything that's in your bank account is in profit, making sure that you're paying yourself enough, entrepreneur, CEO, COO, enough to take care of your personal business and to maintain your business, making sure that you have money set aside and earmarked for future investments, for opportunities, understanding what expenses you can cut and when you can add help. Because remember, you started out as an entrepreneur because you wanted to be your own boss. And if you're still an employee of one, who are you really bossing? When I say do business better, I mean do it a different way. I mean taking it to the next level. And once again, it's nothing and never to embarrass you or hurt you or offend you. It's about taking your dream and moving it from where it is now to where you want it to go. And one of the things you have to do, entrepreneur, is realize you can't do it by yourself. And that is not a sign of weakness. Think about how much you added to the company that you were able to leave. How valuable you were. And you need people just as valuable to your organizations. That's why I always say I only take serious clients, and just know it's always coming from a place of love, because I want to see you do business better. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee, saying let's do business better. Bye-bye.